How would you feel if property you thought you owned for the past 80 years wasn't yours? The $200,000 house you built is worth nothing. That's what thousands of people who thought they were Lake Ozark property owners are fighting. Why bother?
Usually by October, the ferns are shot.
When Dale Thompson's Lake of the Ozarks home could soon have the same fate.
We're all just in limbo.
Thompson and her husband Jim bought their lakefront property in 2006 to escape the summer heat in their native Texas.
Daughter comes up here. The kids all love it. The grandchildren love it. It's a beautiful place.
But 6 years of living at the lake never prepared them for this.
It's a very bad situation for people who've worked their whole lives, saved money, done the right thing, follow all the rules to get a letter in the mail that says, too bad, we own everything you've got.
In order for Ameren, Missouri to continue its ownership of the lake, it must renew its license with FERC every 40 years by submitting a shoreline management plan, prompting the multi-million-dollar company to send this letter out January of last year. It appears this construction is on a portion of land owned in fee by Ameren UE. The continued construction and habitation of the premises is done at your sole risk with the specific knowledge that Ameren UE reserves all rights it or others may have to take any action in the future that may be deemed appropriate.
If Ameren owns this property in fee, which the letter stated, then why are all of us paying all the property taxes on it? Why are all of us maintaining Ameren's property?
Ameren's response to that?
They feel like they shouldn't be paying taxes on a piece of property that is within Ameren's control or ownership, and they should certainly explore that and contact their tax professional about that.
It all began in 1932 when Ameren drew the boundaries of its 32,000-acre Lake Ozark project. According to that document, Ameren owns the property up to the 670 elevation. Then on July 26th, FERC issued this 28-page order demanding all non-conforming structures encroaching on Ameren project boundaries be removed. The number of encroaching structures, 4,200, but only a handful of those property owners got letters. From a voter's perspective, you can see all these properties lie below the 670 elevation mark. So the question is, why have none of these homes gotten letters from Ameren? Just a mile down the lake, all these homes, which also sit below the 670 elevation mark, are all in jeopardy.
We're at a stalemate. I mean, we can't sell those properties. The sad thing is, those 4,200 people that have been earmarked, they don't even know it yet.
So why did Ameren even issue permits knowing these structures sat within its property?
We really didn't have a good solution for it this time.
The lack of a good solution put 1,200 homes and 3,000 structures at risk of being demolished.
We know what our rights are, and we're not going to just walk away and say, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to build 4,200 structures in your easement or your project boundary. We have the right to do so based on the deed that's attached to our properties.
So what about encroachers who spent their life savings on lakefront property?
We can't sell our property. We can't do anything. Not that any of us are wanting to sell it, but if something happens to my husband and I, we can't even leave it to our children because it's not ours.
If they can take away a deeded recorded easement that's been in place and defined our lake for the last 80 years, if they can do that here, they can do it anywhere.
And they have. Shore says FERC issued similar orders in Virginia, Oklahoma, and Washington, where hundreds of structures were in jeopardy. But FERC wouldn't confirm this. Then FERC released this statement claiming it never ordered 4,200 homes and structures be removed and argued it was a misunderstanding.
We did approve a plan at that time under which Ameren sent letters to people and referred to FERC, and that caused some of the confusion.
If you can read what FERC wrote in their order, and they did say that.
Shore's advice? Don't sit too comfortably just because you're not a dot in the map yet.
I hope we send the message loud and clear. We're not asleep at the wheel, and we will fight for what's ours here.
So Dale, Jim, and the thousands of others affected will continue fighting for rights they say have been 80 years in the making. FERC is giving Ameren until June 2012 to redraw its project boundary lines and submit a revised shoreline management plan. Ameren officials told FERC they intend to reduce the project boundaries from 32,000 acres to 1,000 acres.